Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Savannah, and this is Savannah Reads. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I have been to Barnes & Noble 3 times in the past 3 months, and each time I came away with more books than I was planning on buying. I think that that's the case for most people who love books when they go into a bookstore. I don't know. I literally said the last time I went that I was planning on buying 3 books, and instead I bought like 12. So, here we go. Filming the haul that I bought before my last one. So the first big haul. So my hair is crazy. I feel like I need to put in a disclaimer that sometimes I watch people on YouTube and they spend tons of time getting ready before they film their videos, and good on you, because I do not own makeup. I don't know how to wear it. I don't like it. I don't want to spend my money on it. But the people that do film with it and do wear it and do use it, I just think they look so good. So sorry, this is full transparency that this is what you're getting from me. My half marathon shirt and my not even really brushed hair that I kind of just put up in a ponytail. So, that's me. If you like that, subscribe and watch my videos. If you don't, sorry, still not gonna wear makeup. Okay, so let's get into the book haul. I have a ton of books over here to show you, so let's just get straight into it. The first book that I have is Leo on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. This is the second book in the Simon verse series. The first book was Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, and I loved that book. I loved that book so much. I read it in a day. It was just fantastic. And Leon the Offbeat was also recommended to me by my friend Lexi. So thank you, Lexi. Shout out. And it features Leah, who is Simon's best friend, and she is bisexual, and she's a drummer, and I just love that vibe. I love the bisexual rep. I just love all of it. I love this universe, so I'm super excited to get into this book. Yeah, this is definitely high on my TBR for next month. The next book we have is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So this is a book that I heard a lot about when I first started watching Booktube. Everybody was talking about Sarah J. Maas, and I feel like I'm a little bit behind because I've never read anything by her. And in this video, actually, you'll see that I picked up the first in a series of a lot of popular authors to see if I liked them. So stick around and stay tuned for the reading of a lot of these kinds of books, because also I'm trying not to shake my camera because I'm recording on my couch, and I thought this was a good background, but also it's shaking my camera. Whatever, newbie props, hey. Anyways, I think that this is going to be something I'm into. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked it up in the first place. And I do like fantasy series. I didn't want to buy the whole series, which I was definitely tempted to do, before I decided if I like Sarah J. Maas or not. So that's that. Up we have Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. And this also was a really popular book on Booktube that a lot of people have been reading, and really popular. I was seeing it on Goodreads. I was seeing it on Book of the Month. I was seeing it on a lot of different places, Audible even. And I do use Audible a lot for audiobooks. It's pretty much the only way I listen to audiobooks. I tried the one through that you can get library books through, and I just could never get the books that I wanted. I would be on the wait list for 7 months, literally 7 months. So I picked this one up. It's supposed to be boy on boy romance. Two of both of their mothers are diplomats. I think one is the president of the United States and one of them is the Queen of England. Not the Queen of England. I don't know. Whatever you are of the head of England, if you're not the Queen of England, that's the other guy's mother. And so I think it's an enemies to lovers romance. I could be totally, completely wrong. I actually, a lot of these books that I'm talking about, have absolutely no idea what their truly nitty gritty about. I just picked them up because I thought that I would like them based on what other people have recommended that they thought I would like. So that's that. Okay, next is similarly a very popular book series on Booktube that I have not read. I probably should have just titled this book Popular Books on Booktube that Savannah has not read, because that's this entire stack. And that would be The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Also, newbie probs, how do you even hold books? Like, to not like cover the author's name or like cover the cover or like turn it this way or that way. Like, I'm such a newbie props. Anyways, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. It's a fantasy trilogy. It sounds really fun. It's a YA. I've heard really great things. I actually started to get into the series, and I haven't read this yet, so I'm not really like into the series. But because I watched Books with Chloe, when she got her copy of How the King of Elfhame learned to hate stories, and I just thought that book looked so cool. I love short story anthologies. Love them. But I also love a good long series, and this is a trilogy, and it just looks really interesting to me, so I thought I would go ahead and pick it up. Okay, next up is so like the next two, let's be honest with you. The next two are in the same vein as the Holly Black Cruel Prince and A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Two authors that people on Booktube love that I have never even heard of until I got onto Booktube, but picked up the first books in each of their series, and really hope that I love them, and I think that I will and can continue with the series. The one I'm more excited about is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I also picked up another Leigh Bardugo book, which I'll talk about later in the haul. Her books just pique my interest so much. Like, I just really am excited to get into her writing. It seems like she would write things that I am really interested in. This is also a fantasy about a group of like 6 misfits, and they go on this like heist. That sounds super appealing to me. I love contemporary. Like, I will read a contemporary in pretty much any setting. Romance I kind of only like if it's also like romance / contemporary. Like, I like there to be like an issue or something. I don't really like just romance unless you're like a Nora Roberts. Like, I'm definitely like a closet Nora Roberts fan. But as far as fantasy goes, sometimes it's touch and go for me. I like high fantasy, like world building. I think that's very intriguing. I like when it's like, you know, realism as well, like magical realism. Like, that's really cool to me. Once you start getting into like science fiction, that's where I get to be not so excited. So thankfully that's not this. I don't think. But I am really excited to see if I like this. I've heard really great things about this and the sequel, Crooked Kingdom. So I'm just super jazzed to get into it, and I think that I'm going to really love it. The next book that I have is, again, in the similar vein, is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I believe this is, book 1 in the Mortal Instruments series, and I think that this is the one you're supposed to read first. Feel free to leave me a comment on how you think I should read the Cassandra Clare books, because not really sure how to do it. I've looked up a few like PDFs, and some people say read it by publisher date. She literally has like 21 books, and they all like you can read, like they all are like the same, like Shadowhunters situation. So leave me a comment what you think is the best way to read them. I've heard in order of publication. I've heard Cassandra Clare recommend like an order, which I'm more inclined to, I guess, go with her recommendation. But for someone who has read the entire series, I'd be very interested to know what you think about this. I'm also not sure when I'm going to get into this. I may do the Leigh Bardugo series first, just because it's shorter, and this is like I said, like 20 books. And some of them do get quite long. I think like Chain of Iron, is that what it's called? Chain of Iron? I don't know. I think it's like 700 pages. Like, it's a thick boy. So, but still totally excited to get into this. Fantasy, just like world building. Like, I love it. Sign me up. And next we have, like, okay, this is a really long book haul. This is like 15 books, I think. So, like, we're about halfway there. So stick with me, get a snack. We're still going. Next, I have Jim Butcher's Stormfront. This is book 1 in the Dresden Files, and one of my coworkers recommended this series to me, and also my dad recommended it. Apparently, this guy, I don't even know what his name is. I probably should know what his name is. Let's read it. Harry Dresden. That is his name, and it says Harry Dresden, wizard. Love that. So I feel like when I read the synopsis of this book, it rings like Sherlock Holmes meets Harry Potter wizard, and he has to like solve these crimes, but he's also a wizard, and there's mysteries and magical realism, and that is totally cool. That is totally up my alley. Jazzed. Totally jazzed. Once again, though, this series is like 25 books. So I'm a little intimidated. That's why I said I picked up like the first of a bunch of authors that I had never read before, because I just want to see like what I'll like before I decide to like delve into the worlds. And my Goodreads goal this year was to read 100 books. But like if you total up all of the books in a couple of the series I've just mentioned, that's like, and plus like all the series that I want to read later, that's like a lot of books. That's like almost 100 books. So I have to be realistic. I have the rest of my life to continue to read, so I don't feel the need to cram them all into 2021, but I do want to like make some headway and start like getting into these worlds because I am very excited about them. Right, continuing on, kind of switching genres a little bit, I want to talk about some of the graphic novels that I got, and I'm starting to get into manga. I don't know how to say it. I barely even know how to read it, but I'm starting to get into it because a couple of my coworkers recommended a series that they thought I would like, so I went ahead and picked it up, and that is Full Metal Alchemist Volume 1. I did get the Full Metal edition because I just like look at it. It's like it's stunning, like with the foiling, and wait, like the end papers. Like look at that. Can you see? Probably can't because I suck at filming. Like, ugh. Stunning. Like I love it, and some of it's in color, and then it just goes like I just love it. So I have started reading this series. I am at this point when I'm filming this up to book 3. I have not read book 3 yet, but I have purchased it, so you will see that in my next haul. This is a really great series I found to start out with if you've never read manga before, because the premise is very much something that I'm interested in, but it's also like he's an alchemist, his brother's an alchemist. They messed up when they were doing alchemy, and now their bodies are like disfigured, and they're like on this quest to see if they can like recover their bodies. And there's like, you know, battles, but there's also like funny moments, and I just think it's just such like, I don't want to say like a light or easy read, because it's not really light or easy, but it's very it's not super dense. I would say it's adventure-y, it's exciting, it's funny. Versus, okay, so the next book that I picked up was Shiver by Junji Ito. This is also a manga, but this is a horror manga. Again, never, am I even saying this right? I have no idea. This is a horror manga, so this is like a different genre, I would say, than Full Metal Alchemist. I would definitely rank Full Metal Alchemist beginner. Okay, I guess I don't want to say beginner. I don't know. I think it's a good starter series. I'll just leave it at that. This is definitely more horror, and I have not read this yet, but I have heard that it is very definitely horror. And I'm really excited to get into it. There are a couple of other Junji Ito books I really want to get into also. Uzumaki, Tomi, and Gyo, I think, are the 3 that I really want to try to read. But I picked this one up because it's short stories. So since I've never read a Junji Ito book before, I thought this would be a good way to get familiar with his writing, and familiar with if I'm gonna like jive with it. So again, following the theme of buying first books from authors, I did pick this up just because I want to see if I like his stories and his storytelling. Next, I have 2 graphic novels. The first one is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and as I'm filming this, I have actually already read volume 1. I did pick up volume 2 that I will film in my next book haul. I love this book. Like, I love this book. I smiled all the way through reading this book. It took me about 30 minutes. Super easy read. The graphics, like, look at the graphics. Like, come on, they're so cute. And Charlie and Nick, like, oh my God, they are adorable. Ugh, I can't. And Nick plays rugby, and he gets like Charlie to play rugby too. So like, I won't give away too many spoilers. But definitely pick this up if you're into like boy and boy romance and like just want a really cute like graphic novel read, fast read. Yeah, absolutely, 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5. Okay, 5 stars. I did give it 5 stars. Okay, next is Check Please. Again, can I not hold books right? I picked this up because number one, hockey. I love hockey. I love playing hockey. I love watching hockey. Pittsburgh Penguins, love them. Pretty much any hockey, love it, but mostly the Penguins because I'm from Pittsburgh. The main character also bakes, and there also is a boy-on-boy romance in this too. So this is definitely my vibe. Like, this is like me in a graphic novel, and I am living for it. And finally, we are nearing our last 2 books. These 2 books I picked up, and I wanted to film them last because I'm most excited about them, but a little bit nervous about one of them, what I've heard kind of like reviews and such about. The first one that I'm super, super excited about is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. When I was getting into Booktube, I watched every single one of Books with Chloe's videos, and she loved this book so much, and a lot of the books that she has recommended I've really liked, so I decided to pick this up, and it just sounds like right up my alley. Like, magical realism. This guy goes in a bookstore, wants to get sucked into this world. I don't know too much about it, but I'm really excited to get into it. Okay, so I'll read the back. Laszlo Strange, war orphan and junior librarian, has been obsessed with the mystic lost world of Weep for as long as he can remember, but it would take someone bolder than he to cross half the world in search of it. Then, a stunning opportunity presents itself in the person of a hero called the Godslayer and a band of legendary warriors, and he has to seize his chance or lose his dream forever. What happened in Weep 200 years ago to cut it off from the rest of the world? What exactly did the Godslayer slay that went by the name of God? The answers await in Weep, but so do more mysteries, including the blue-skinned goddess who appears in Laszlo's dreams. How did he dream of her before he knew she existed? In this sweeping and breathtaking novel by a National Book Award finalist Laini Taylor, the shadow of the past is as real as the ghosts who haunt the citadel of murdered gods. Fall into a mythical world of dread and wonder, moths and nightmares, love and carnage. Welcome to Weep. Like, doesn't that sound incredible? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just think that sounds incredible. And finally, we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And this book, I want to read the synopsis on the back of this book too, because I am so excited to read this book. So excited. And I hope, beyond hope, that I love it, because I'm going to be so disappointed if I don't, because I've heard like very mixed reviews about this book. Some people love it and some people just really didn't, and it just like fell flat for them. So I'm really hoping I love it. So, okay, so this is the synopsis. Galaxy Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. Raised in the Los Angeles hinterlands by a hippie mom, Alex dropped out of school early and into a world of shady drug dealer boyfriends, dead-end jobs, and much, much worse. In fact, by age 20, she is the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicide. Some might say she's thrown her life away. But at her hospital bedside, Alex is offered a second chance to attend one of the world's most prestigious universities on a full ride. What's the catch, and why her? Still searching for answers, Alex arrives in New Haven, tasked by her mysterious benefactors with monitoring the activities of Yale's secret societies. Their 8 windowless tombs are well-known haunts of the rich and powerful, from high-ranking politicos to Wall Street's biggest players. But their occult activities are more sinister and more extraordinary than any paranoid imagination might conceive. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. So, listen, Dark Academia, me and Dark Academia are like this. Like, one of the books that I bought in this book haul, actually, it was called Catherine House, and I lent it to a friend, so I don't have it to show. Fantastic book, 5 out of 5. Super dark academia. I love dark academia, and I think that I'm really going to love this book. I hope that I'm going to love this book. This is Leigh Bardugo's first adult novel. I think the other Leigh Bardugo book that I had, I already don't even remember. Oh, Six of Crows. Six of Crows is more YA, but this is more adult fiction. So I'm just really excited. I hope that it lives up to the hype that I have hyped it up in my brain, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be really disappointed. Right, so that's all from me for this haul. Please look out for my weekend reading vlog, which I'm also finishing up this weekend on what I'm currently reading. Please look for future reading vlogs. I'm going to be reading all of these books pretty soon. I know that I'm going to tear through them, and hopefully I'm going to love all of them. I probably won't love all of them, but hopefully I'll love all of them. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Support me in any way that you would like. If you like my content, I also do have a Patreon where I am going to do a monthly buddy read. I listed under the middle tier subscription, the $5 subscription, what the books are going to be for this month. So I'll give a little teaser that one of the books, I think one or two of the books are books that I included in this book haul, and then I think one or two of the books are books that I will include in my next book haul. So if you'd like to do a buddy read with me, I would love for you to support me as a creative, as a content creator. Hello, can I even speak? As a content creator, and we can read books together, have a little book club, and I think that would be really fun. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the next videos. Leave any tips that you have in my comments. Hopefully you don't notice my shaky camera too much, and hopefully my editing skills will continue to get better. And I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.